Crazy on the beat.
Definitely, man. I always try to reach back to everybody, really, honestly. You know what I mean? I was that kid in the neighborhood that was dirty, had the same dirty clothes on every day, and people came out to help us on the basketball courts outside, or we went to the Boys and Girls Club or the YMCA's because our parents couldn't afford certain things. I was in those communities. Then I went into getting a little bit more serious about basketball, where I went into like gyms and they had like real trainers. I know what it took on that level, AAU, prep school basketball, and then being on a professional level or collegiate level. I mean, you're most definitely taking it super serious at that point. So you go in there, you do your job, you be professional. How you take care of your mind, your body, your spirit, to be able to approach each of one of those workouts. I know what it feels to be in that space as well. And I've been trained by some of the best trainers in the world. I'm a 6'10" guard. My training was very difficult all my life. But I wanted to be that way because I wanted to stand out. I wanted to be different from everybody. I wanted to be able to paint my own picture instead of look like a certain player. Of course, I had players I looked up to that inspired me. But I wanted to make sure I left my mark, my last name means something to the people in the basketball world when they say my name. So not to say I'm this big figure or nothing like that or get too egotistical. But I like to say that the people I played basketball against, I have a lot of respect for my game.
Yeah.
So that's what I appreciate about myself, the hard work. That's what I'm trying to say. The hard work is what led me to this point.
Yeah.
You know? So I understand it. So I'm able to help so many more kids than a lot of people may will, that had never experienced training at this type of level, Navy SEAL type of level of training, just Ranger level, just craziness, man, just madness. Most kids would have quit some of the training I've done. A lot of people, 90% of them would have quit. But I had nothing to quit. I had nothing to go to if I quit. Yeah, so I was like, shit, this was home. This was it. When I live on my trainer. So when we left the gym, I got in the car with him and went to his house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So it's not like you could go and do like eat bad and that kind of stuff, right?
Nah, man, you couldn't go. We was about to train again once we got to the house. We'd be watching TV. He'll have us doing calf raises all day, push-ups, squats, bodyweight squats, or sitting against the wall working on our form, doing form shooting, or he'll have us doing ball handling in the driveway.
Do you feel like nowadays the game changing? I'm trying to talk properly because I know like your people are mostly American, so they won't understand my accent. I think you get a little better at it now, but
you helping me out, though. I appreciate you.
Yeah. So like I feel like so I was gonna ask you, like, do you think the game changed because of the hunger of not having nothing else? Like I feel like most kids nowadays have so much to fall back on.
I think it's changed, but these kids, it don't matter no more if you hungry or not. If you training hard, you can have a great family. Like a lot of the tougher kids, the guard nowadays are the really good kids that have a good family. It ain't like it used to be. It is tough though when you're going against that person that come from Sudan. Say a player come from Sudan and they very hungry to succeed in the game of basketball. Their effort level is unmatched, 100%. But if a player that has his family, come from a rich family, and comes in the gym just as much as he does and work on his skills as hard as he does, it really don't matter. It's about just executing and being able to perform. Everybody can train, but when it's time to perform, when the lights is on, things change a little bit, And sometimes those kids who've been prepped, how to handle their emotions a little better.
That's not what I'm gonna say. Like the mind more clear, right?
The mind more clear because they grew up in a better
stable
home with
place,
their dad,
and they have nothing to lose.
Yeah, and they had a lot more guidance. I know that. I don't really look at it like it used to be. I come from a broken home too, so I used to be like, I'm always with the dogs. I'm always with the people at the bottom of the Titanic. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I know now that in today's game, that don't really matter. Can you play or not? What's your background, where you come from, and all this shit. Yeah, it might have a lot to do with your effort that you put out when you play, but man, there's lots of kids that come from good families that bust your ass on the court.
Yeah.
And they mean too. You know what I'm saying? It don't take away from what type of man or woman they are at all. You know, they just love the game. They just as passionate about the game, and they respect the game, so they play hard.
Yeah, and nowadays I feel like there's a lot more Canadians breaking into the league,
Hmm.
you know?
Hmm.
And so what do you think about that? Like,
Man, I think it's basketball players all over the world, man. It's just about opportunity and business, I guess. You know, being on that level, playing in the G League, man, I was the best, one of the best players on my team. You know, skill wise, great IQ, can play defense on multiple positions, but I didn't play much. Just because that's what the business was set up for certain people to play. Those guys who can play, shout out to my teammates, but I mean, they'll tell you that it's like this too. So I always think there's been great Canadian basketball players. Like it's been great basketball players all over the world. But NBA has now starting to reach out a little bit more
yeah,
because of course,
marketing.
marketing, more eyes on the sport. These Canadian guys been hoopers, bro. Can play. They've been playing outside on the concrete just like us back home, playing outside in the cold. Um, I've become a lot of friends. I got lots of friends from Canada now that hoop through playing through the NBL and moving here. And I've been in their neighborhoods, and I go out there and I see these kids and I see these players, and they can play. It's no different than how we are. We just got like I would say we got like a lot more taller players,
Yeah,
a lot more athletic players. And in the US, we got so many places you can pick basketball players from. You go all the way from New York to California, from down south of Mississippi, where I'm from, Atlanta, Texas. Yeah, think about how many players we can and we love entertainment. We love sport. Where in Canada, education, you hear people talk about education a little bit more. That's one thing I learned when I came here. People talk about, I'd be like, well, y'all got basketball practice? Even at universities here. You like basketball, oh, he got class. So, man, we'd be trying to skip class, go to the gym.
yeah,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that plus how the NBA is set up has, I think, slowed up a lot of good basketball players being in the league. But now I think it don't even matter. Like I think the NBA has realized that we're gonna get the best players from anywhere in the world.
yeah.
We're gonna let them play here.
Tell me about because you're talking a little bit about the Basketball Skills Academy,
Hmm.
right? And at first I didn't even realize that it was invite only until you say it just now. But I
Hmm.
don't know if you want to talk about that a little bit.
Well, last time we sat down, it wasn't invite only. You know, I had just started up the company, me and Dro, and we was doing counsel smaller kids, and that's what we was doing. We just trying to give back to the community. We were trying to give high level training, affordable high level training to kids who might have been able to afford it or have access to it. That was our whole goal. Through that training, man, it just kind of, you know, the players started getting better. But you got these newer kids. We just let anybody in, right? Because we just want to help and vibe with the community. We just trying to show love. But it was kids coming in that didn't really have skill. Then other kids was getting better. So these kids wanted to separate themselves and do a harder workout. They wanted more. So we was trying to figure out how could we do that. So we hosted it was like a player combine for all the top basketball players in London. It was free. So we just brought them out to see what it would look like. We brought out Miguel Watson. He's one of the top trainers. Was one of the top trainers here. I don't know if he's still training or not, but he came out and helped with the speed and agility and the warm up and everything like that. We did the basketball side. Me, Andro, Elvin, Dave, who coaches at Western now. A few other guys, Nick, a few other guys in the community. I'm very close with everybody in the basketball community. So we all kind of came together and did something dope. And that's how we started the advanced level training that was invite only. When I started working with Next Level Sports and partnering with them, I agreed to give them to help their programs because they was giving me more access to gym space.
Right.
And also they was handling all the registration and things of that nature on the end. And it was affordable, more affordable than I can make it, you know, for the Basketball Skills Academy. So I created programs like grind time clinics, level 1, level 2. We had our Rust Busters, man, countless programs, bro, that I've created it in the past year with Next Level Sports. And that allowed me to do invite only with the Basketball Skills Academy.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
so you still have other options for the other kids.
Yeah, I would never leave the kids hanging dry ever. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? No, I wouldn't do it like that, you know. I just wanted to also create a space that was also fun for me. All the spaces are fun for me, but you gotta think about I'm a professional athlete and I'm
Yeah.
like a scientist.
Exclusive.
Yeah, I'm upset. I'm obsessed with the game. So in the details of the game, you know, this is how I became the 6'10" guard. You know, being obsessed with the details. How can I get better? How do my feet need to move? How did he get to that spot like that? How strong is he? Is he that strong? How did he get that strong? Or what parts of my body I have to strengthen? Where do I need to shoot the ball from? How do I stop this guy on defense? Like every single aspect. How does he think? What does he eat? What is he? How much time do he sleep at night? You know, what type of girlfriend he got? How is he so calm all the time? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's his family dynamic? I was just obsessed with every part of the game, and I just wanted to be my best. So when it comes to training, of course, I would love to have some of the best players in the gym, and I get to help them understand the psyche of insane basketball player, somebody who's driven to be the best of their ability, somebody who's somebody who's in love with pain, the process that it takes to become a good basketball player. Once I start feeling pain in the gym, I start smiling. I don't get to the point where I'm like, oh, they go pain. I'm like, oh, like I can stop right there. That's too like, you know how some people get.
Yeah.
I start getting to the point. I get a little numb, and I just like, yeah, this is it right here. This is what I was looking for. That craziness, you know what I mean? And you can ask any of my teammates, and they be like, who was the best in shape on the team? They're gonna say Mo. Any team I was ever on, who can run like a deer? Mo. Who worked the hardest? They're gonna say Mo, because I mean, like I said, I had nothing to fall back on. Like this was it for me. And secondly, like I really wanted to be a basketball player. It wasn't nothing that was forced upon me. My mom didn't wake me up not one morning and say, go train. My dad didn't wake me up and say, go train. It was a lot of times they didn't even know I was at the gym. Probably 80% of the time. They didn't even know I was at the gym. I wanted this shit bad. So I see hunger in kids, and I seen that same passion in them and some of the parents. And I see that some of these kids are forced to train with, no disrespect, with athletes that may not be on their level. So they're not getting no better.
Yeah.
And they training with people who don't know any better. You know what I'm saying? Because they haven't played at that level or coached at that level or put their body through a certain amount of pain and know that you're gonna be okay. You know what I mean? Some kids will be gassed out and they be like, oh, I'm like, listen, it's more in the tank. I know it sounds crazy. I know it's getting dark. I know your mind is getting cloudy. I know fatigue is kicking your ass, but keep going. You're gonna teach your body to do something that you didn't think it could do.
Yeah.
You know, mind over matter type of thing. So, and there's lots of examples out there, bro. People just, you know, you got to be a little crazy to
You have
play at a
to.
high level, bro.
'Cause I remember when I was younger, I would be in like a soccer practice, and sometimes he show up to train. Like my coach was big on he would try to get us as exhausted as he can before we actually start training.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's like, yo, this is where you need to be better.
Mm-hmm.
Because once you get tired is when your mind, like, you start making bad passes.
Mm-hmm.
So bad shots, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You're not thinking straight, you know?
Right.
It's obvious a player gonna go left. All of a sudden you think he's gonna go right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, any last minute of the game should show the whole game, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So that's big that you do that with them.
Yeah, you got to, like you
and
said,
you coach them like that.
yeah, like you said, man, it's about the game is the thinking game, man. Basketball not that, I mean, sports really not that hard. You ever look out there and you see somebody like they body type or whatever, and you like, man, they out there, they doing this. Like it's a small basketball player out there, a little one, he's small, he's skinny, but he's out there playing. But they telling you got to go get strong to play the sport. But no, his mind just prepared to play the sport. You know, he can outthink everybody. He's a step ahead because he's a thinker. He's probably been put in those positions where his coach got him super fatigued. Now we're training hard. Now think now.
Yeah.
And they do this over and over and over again till you normalize it, till your body don't even think, not even panicking anymore. Everybody else is getting fatigued and you're just smooth.
Yeah.
You just playing the game. And that's when you get that flow state. That's when you see people get dogged out, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to competition. It's really about your cardio, man. Your skill set, your cardio, and your mind. Can you think the game? You know, and staying composed. You know, everybody can't do what everybody else do. Like me, I like to play psychological games in the middle of the game. You know, so I might say something to a player and he think it's regular conversation, but I'm really just being an asshole a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to get in his head a little bit about maybe he an ego. Say he is a person that he's ego driven person. I know this. You know what I'm saying? I've been watching his Instagram before the game or whatever, so I go and say, "Game man, you're a good player, man. Why you ain't shooting the ball? You should be shooting that motherfucker." And I leave him open like 2 plays. He'll jack the ball twice, but the star player over there pissed off. He's shooting the ball. But I'm over there like, man, he mad at you because you shot the ball. That's crazy. Man, you should come play with us, dog. Like, we can use you over here. But I'm talking like we're friends. I'm not with a smirk on my face or nothing like that. Then I walk past their bench. I call a timeout. Say he jacked the 3rd shot up and missed it. The star player ain't touched the ball in 3 possessions. He's pissed. He get paid to touch the ball. So then they call a timeout. They were over there. They start arguing or whatever. Coach subbed the guy out. And I go by the bench like, damn, coach, you can sub him out for taking a shot? Like, what kind of coach is you? You know, just fucking with the player even more. Man, I'm telling you, you should come over rock with us, man. We need a shooter, dog. Like that. And then I leave it alone. By that time, they already started arguing and going back and forth. Meanwhile, man, I done had my teammates literally tell me sometimes, Mo, leave him alone. Like, because the guys don't know. My teammates know I practice with them all the time, so I'm fucking with them. They fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? We brothers, so we always fucking around with each other. But in the game, you know, you don't know these guys. They might not necessarily know, like, you know, they might not be like me, you know. So that's just how I play the game, and I like to get physical. I like to play fast. In order to be that way, you gotta train hard, and you gotta train amongst the dogs in the fire. One thing I can say is I don't like to practice or train with people. I want somebody that's gonna kick my ass. I want to be in there with somebody that's challenging me, that's gonna piss me off, that's gonna challenge me to be better every single time I step in the gym. Even if you're training me, you're my trainer. If you come with a weak ass workout, I'm not probably gonna train with you again. Yeah, I'm trying to do something nasty here. I wanna go into the gym and feel like superior. I don't wanna walk in the gym and feel like nervousness or unprepared. I want to feel prepared. So,
but that's like the best coaches, right? And that's a good tip, not only as a basketball coach, but as a parent on the whole, you know, to like push the kids to the, like, even with my kids, like I try to push them to a place of frustration sometimes, you know, and my wife is always like, oh no, I think you just and I'm like, no, you need to push them so that they learn how far they could go, you know, and it's okay to go over the edge and then to come back, you know. So a lot of the times my kids are angry at me is because I push them to that level, but it's because I know that when they get older, they need to learn the boundary and how far they can get pushed, and that life isn't unfair. I hate the word unfair. They use unfair all the time, and I punish them more. I'm like, yo, you can't use unfair. Don't ever say that this isn't fair. I hate that saying, you know? So how do you invite people? Like how do you even, you know?
I'm not out here hand picking players. Well, I did have a Mo Bolden top 20 showcase where the coaches in the community nominated players to play in my showcase. We had it downtown at Carlin Heights. Shout out to the city of London. Shout out to Arden McLean. Shout out to Montana Rideout, BGC London. I was able to host my own showcase tournament, showcase games for the boys and the girls, the top 20 boys to the top 20 girls. And it was a dope event. A lot of people and parents say that it's one of the most exciting events that happened for the kids in a long time here. Looking to do it again. But with the Basketball Skills Academy, how do I pick the players? I just promote it, you know. I already had players that are already, like I said, I already separating this program from the other kids so these kids can have a program to go to that was serious for them to get better. These kids really want to get serious. But when new people come, they ask me about it. They're like, oh, I heard about you. I want to sign my kid up. As of now, I just ask them, like, you know, how old is the kid? Does the kid have any experience? Is he a hard worker? Is she a hard worker? Does she understand that she's going to come into this gym and it's going to be very demanding?
Also, you do girls too?
Yeah, 100%. My best players are the girls.
See, also, do you mix the class or no?
No, they play together. I treat them like athletes. Ain't no such thing as a boy or girl in my gym.
That's
yeah, the girls. I got a girl just sent me a message, bro. Let me show you this real quick. Her parents sent me a message the other day, and she was playing against the boys, and yeah, and so when the boys dropped his shoulder into her, laid the ball up, she fell on the ground. He stood over and won. She hopped back up, went down the court, gave him a bucket, screamed in his face. And they was competing, bro. It got nasty. The girls don't like playing with the boys. They like to play. The girls that I train want to compete against the boys. They think they can beat them. They know they done beat them before. But they ain't used to think like this. I made it like this. When I first started the program like this, they thought that, oh, this is unsafe and this and that. I'm like, man, I grew up. I watched Bob Turner and was in Houston training with John Lucas. Every summer we go out there and train with all the pros, all the top college athletes, all the WNBA players. I know these girls out there holding their own. How did they get to this point? I asked them. They said they always play with the boys. They don't want to play with the girls, unless they can play. But they like the physicality because now they take this and then they go into their sport. It's easier.
Dominant.
Yeah, they mindset more clear. Like you said, they've been challenged and pushed, like you said, with the kids. So yeah, man, it gets sticky sometimes, but shit, it's sport, man. Like get your ass back on your feet. Let's hoop. You know what I'm saying? This is where you come learn that you can get through adversity, challenging situations. You get knocked on your ass, get back up, you know. Plus I went to military school, so it was just a cadet. You weren't no female soldier, male soldier. You just a cadet. And you had to go out there and she gotta do just the same thing you gotta do. She gotta survive the same thing you have to survive through the day. And that's how they treated us. And a lot of my girls are really getting really good because of this environment. So shout out to the ladies. Hey, if you was in this gym, you'll see it get real nasty in there, bro. A lot of tears be shedded, a lot of tough conversations be had, and I don't hold no punches. I don't rub their backs. I do talk to them. They like my little brothers and my little sisters. So I'm not like kicking their ass, kicking them down, nothing like that. I'm just challenging them to step up. You say you want to play this sport, let's see. Or do you just want to wear this uniform and hang with your friends? Because that's what it seems like it's become. If you got the money, I can pay for you to be on the team. The team gonna take the money as a business. Most good players can't afford play sport.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now they running a business here. They might take I don't know how they run it here, but I know in the States they probably take the top 3 players and then everybody else got to pay. You know what I'm saying? But the players who ain't paying, you pulling this. You the horse. You know what I mean? You're gonna make sure we're gonna get signature camps. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get deals. We're gonna get into certain tournaments because you're that good. And this the thing they can sell to the parents who want to pay. It looks good. They want their kid to be on the team and hang next to Mo Bolden. I want my kid to be on the team and I want my kid to be like Mo. I want my kid to train with Mo. Well, I just told you how my training was. You know what I mean? You can pay all the money in the world. Is your kid built to do this? Are you supporting this? You know what I mean? Because some kids go home and tell their parents how training was, and I never see them again. And that's good. I like that. I told the Arden all the time in meetings, and she's, Mo, how was camp? I was like, yeah, I think about 3 kids gonna quit today. And then she was like, why you say that? I was like, it's too demanding for them. They never been challenged like this to do things right over and over and over again. That's like me being in classroom, dog, and the teacher say, what's 1 plus 1? And they say 3, and I tell them it's okay to say 3.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna say it's 2 every time. And every time they get it wrong, I'm gonna tell them to do it right. Every single time. I'm not gonna let them slide. Maybe that's my militant mindset coming from military school, but they go to a coach and they say, who you been training with? I want them to proudly say, Mo.
Yeah.
The Basketball Skills Academy. And the coach say, hey man, I'm gonna contact this guy. I need more of my players to go over there. This is what this is about for me. It's not about money.
Yeah.
If it was about money, I can up the price right now. My training is worth more than anybody else's training.
So your goal is probably for the long run. I mean, like apart from from the camps and stuff, is to do like you want to do plenty like intimate settings. So like more like a few players that you guys gonna go hard rather than a big whole academy.
Yeah, I mean, once I find more coaches that have the same mindset, but do their own thing, but just have that same approach to the game, it'll be a lot easier for me to reach out to more players. But I'm in, man, bro. The Basketball Skills Academy, we do 10 players tops. You know what I'm saying, each session, which is good because it's me and my boy Dro. So we can manage them. Plus, these kids have been training with me for a while now, so a lot of them have become leaders.
Mhm.
They know how I speak. They know the terminology. If somebody come in the gym bullshitting, at this point, I don't have to say a word. The kid's gonna get on their ass. Hey man, you better step your game up or you gotta get out of here. You fucking up my workout. The kids are gonna say something easily. I don't have to say a word no more. You know. Then I got everything that's with next level sports. Grind time, 20 kids, 20 to 25 kids. Level 1, level 2, 20 to 25 kids. So like, and then I do have some one-on-one kids like Liv, Olivia Ruffle. She just won North Pole Hoop Showcase.
The name sound familiar still.
Grade 9 and 10. She's grade 8. She's nice.
Grade 8.
She's grade 8 playing grade 10, playing up
Oh wow.
2 grades. And they just won.
She tall?
Yeah, she's a big girl. She's nice too, and she's strong. And she mean. She love the game. And I train with her one-on-one.
Grade 8 is below high school, right?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And she dominated high school. No girls can really. She got a lot to work on, but she's on her way.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got a lot to work on. She on her way though. She tough, man. She tough as nails. She don't complain. Man, the girls don't be complaining, dog. We need to help these young men. The parents need to put more of these young men in my hand. This is what I'm really here for. Like, to fire these young men up, like you said, test them out. Put them in tough situations and see.
Yeah. Make
like,
them break, bro. That's
yeah, you gotta
that's
break them, bro.
Yeah.
They
You
sitting
have
there,
to.
yeah, man. That's how men are, bro. You watch these old movies, and I ain't saying like do it like the old days, but it's like, bro, it's the same thing. You gotta challenge a young man to learn. How you gonna be a man if you never put him through man shit?
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? How you gonna be a math teacher? You never went to math class.
Definitely. Hey, and by the way, every single thing that you said, like every single characteristic that you're saying as a coach is the exact same characteristics that you need as a father.
Mhm.
You know, it's the exact same thing. Like sometimes I'll watch my son cry, bro.
Mhm.
And my wife would be like, "Oh, why are you doing that?" I was like, "No, you have to allow him to break."
Mhm.
You know, like for instance, yesterday I was in the mall and he you know those little ridey things that they have in the mall, you can sit up
The
and
little
ride.
bear joints. Yeah.
So he has
Let me find out you be on them ones.
Huh?
You be riding them?
No, I can't be riding them thing. But I had him riding. So he was riding. And when I'm walking, I'm like a couple feet in front of him walking. You know, and I didn't even realize that this was happening. So I look back, say, come quick, come. But then when my daughter was riding, I was like right behind her like this. Push it down. And then it went into my head. I was like, oh my gosh. But it's how you, like, that's how you parent a boy compared to how you parent a girl. It's like you let the girl know, yo, you could fall, but I'm still here. But the boy's like, yo, you have to fall. You know, I actually want you to fall. You know,
I used to fall on my bike on
my,
purpose.
bro, I'm actually
Thought I was
hoping
cool.
that you do fall so that you could see how to stick a landing, bro.
Well, like I told you, I don't treat the boys and my daughters or my son no differently. Now, naturally, I got little girls, 4-year-old, 2-year-old. So like, everybody said, man, they gonna have you wrapped around their finger and this, and I'm like, they ain't gonna have me. Like, they got me wrapped. They did it.
Yeah, they do.
But at the same time, I do put them through. I let them go through things so they can learn on their own. Like if they fall, I sit there for a second to see how they respond.
Yeah.
Like, and so most of the time, bro, if it's just me at the house, shout out to my girl, shout out to their mom. If it's just me at the house, they pop right back up. They get
Bro,
to playing.
they be chilling, bro.
They be chilling.
No, but every
They
time my
mom
wife
in that house.
it's a different thing, bro. All of a sudden they crying. I tell my wife this all the time. It's like, bro, when you're not here, they chilling, bro. I'll be there, they chilling. You know, if like sometimes I let them fight, bro. Like I could hear them fighting. You know, and then I could hear the bigger one slap the younger one. You know, and then it goes quiet. Then you can hear him slap her back.
Right.
And I'm like, bro, I leave them to fight, bro. Like one time the two older ones had a fight. And my wife calls me, she's like, oh my gosh, they just had a fight. It's two girls. I come home, I'm like, yo, so who won the fight? She's like, this is not a joke. This is not a joke. I was like, yo. I was like, what happened in the fight? She's like, this one, the older one took the younger one and slam her on the floor like body slam. And I was like, oh. I'm like, bro, but you have to, these things supposed to happen. I want
Siblings be fighting, bro.
Yeah,
This
bro.
been a thing since the beginning of time.
I
Siblings
want this to happen, bro. Like, if you wasn't fighting, I'll be like scared.
You always, man, that's like human nature, bro. When I was growing up, I had siblings, bro. I fought probably all my siblings. Me and my friends was wrestling all the time because you always trying to see, like,
Yeah.
you trying to figure yourself out.
Yeah,
you know
bro.
what I'm saying?
Dominance, bro. Yeah, you trying to be the guy, you know?
Yeah. That's just how it is. You know, trying to move up the ladder type shit in life. You know, but you know, the women, they got that soft side, that motherly side.
Yeah.
You know, so it is what it is. That's why I like yin and yang, you know. Let me do my thing, you do your thing. I'm not gonna challenge you on the things that you bring to the table. Don't challenge me on the things I bring to the table because my experience in life was different from yours.
Yeah.
And the way I view how to become I'm gonna say a stoic man is to go through certain things.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so I allow my kids to. My son, he's tough as nails, man. My son don't break.
Yeah.
You know, I put him on treadmill. The other day he didn't do something I asked him to do, so I went in the house. I seen it wasn't done. I said, "Yo, get ready. We're finna go to the gym." He's like, "Fuck, I know what I didn't do." You know, that's my thing. I just take him to the gym. You know, so we get on the treadmill. I got the treadmill incline, like he about to go to the heavens. The treadmill looked like this, and then I got it on like 12 speed. He don't say nothing. He just get on there, take his leg. He go home, do what he got to do. He tough, bro. Like his mom literally just texted me and said, Jordan only slept 3 hours and he just woke up and run 3 miles. Like it was nothing. I said, he's a machine, bro. He built like, but it been like that because since he was little, I always would push him. Always challenge him.
That's a big one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see him because he goes to, I think my daughter had a volleyball game at his school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he didn't even notice me.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw him and he was with one of his friends.
Mm-hmm.
And he could tell like the way he moves, bro, he moves different, bro. You could tell that he is coached properly. You know, like you could tell like he isn't like no offense to most people, bro, but like a lot of the times, and I could cut this out if there's anything, but a lot of the times you go to these high schools and you see a lot of these black kids now, they feel like they have to be a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you had to be the ghetto one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you had to show how black you are, bro. I see it in a lot of high school kids, bro. Like they want to fight. You know, they want to move a certain type of way. But I seen your son and I was watching how he moving and he's like, bro, he's just there.
He's very respectful.
Yeah, he's very respectful. Like,
yeah, he
like,
won't do that. One
like
thing
he's
I said
walking properly. You could tell that it's like, bro, this guy. You could tell that he has a good head on the shoulder still.
I mean, you got a dad to answer to. A real father, they're gonna say something. You know what I'm saying? I come from the streets. You know what I'm saying? I know that shit ain't gonna get you nothing. You feel what I'm saying? I seen a lot of my friends die right in front of me, bro. You know what I'm saying? My best friends. I see a lot of my friends go to jail. I know people say this shit, but I experienced it. And a lot of people have experienced this. You know what I'm saying? So that stuck with me forever, traumatized me forever. I'm still bouncing back. Or I'll never be able to bounce back fully from some of the things I've seen as a young man to my friends who thought they had to be tough in the moment, then that moment turned into a death.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't think you about to die. You think you just standing up for yourself, think you trying to hold it down for the homies or the hood or whatever you trying to represent.
Pride, bro.
Yeah, pride, ego, and then boom, your ass dead.
Yeah.
Don't exist no more. We never see them again. Everybody move on with their life. Everybody still going to the party the next week. Like, bro, was it worth you standing up for that shit? Because nobody gives a fuck. They didn't even go to the funeral.
Yeah, I think it's Tupac say swollen pride and homicide coincide.
Come on, man.
You know, and it's true, bro.
Yeah.
It's trust me, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's so much times when we was younger, we thought a lot of people thought that they would make it out, bro, and they just didn't make it out. That's why I stay to myself most of the time.
It's the mind, bro. You gotta take care of your mind. The best thing that happened to me, bro, was I didn't graduate high school. So that was very embarrassing to me. So I went to summer school that summer. I lost out on my scholarship to university my senior year. I ended up going to summer school, graduated and got my diploma in summer school. And the fact that I can sign a scholarship because the NCAA, what do they call it? I wasn't cleared by the NCAA to play basketball that first year because I didn't graduate on time. Right? So I was able to go to the military school, which was a junior college. I didn't know it was a military school, the coach, Marcus Thomas, shout out to Coach Thomas, one game changer for me. He sold me on this school and told me that I would be able to play. Mind you, I just started playing basketball in high school, like 2 years in high school. So I just wanted to play. I didn't have a ideal about being a pro or what it even took to be a Division I basketball player. I just wanted to continue playing basketball and figure it out. Well, he gave me the opportunity. He took me to take the ACT again. I got a high score on the ACT, and they was able to give me a scholarship and fund everything that I needed to play at the JUCO level. Once I got there, I realized it was a military school. Once I got to campus, I have never visited this school. Man, where's mom and dad? You know what I'm saying? But shout out to my mom. My mom was most definitely around, but she just, we in the ghetto. You know, nobody even experienced nothing that I just created ever.
Yeah.
They just happy for me.
She doing the best she could do.
They could throw a block party for me.
Yeah.
The hood coming out, we gonna drink, they gonna be smoking. The girls gonna be twerking, gonna get crazy outside. But nobody really understanding the opportunity that I have in my hands. Nobody's even reading into it, looking into it, trying to figure out what this school is. I had no clue until I stepped foot on campus that it was a military school. Man, in Alabama, like racist as hell. Them white boys weren't playing with us, bro. When we got there, we had like an all black team. We had like 2 white boys on our team. And boy, them Alabama military boys weren't fucking with us. Plus it was a military school, so they strict. We don't want to follow no rules. I'm straight out the hood, straight there, sagging my pants. That's why I was sagging heavy. Just craziness, dog. But that school changed me, bro. Like I went through some tough times with some guys I thought wouldn't be friends with. But man, when you go through tough times with people and they stick it out with you, no matter what relationship y'all had, y'all view each other differently. Mm-hmm. It's like going in a boxing match and them dudes talk all that shit before the fight. Then they go in and have a good ass fight, go all the way to 12 rounds. They challenge each other, and you see them dap each other up. Like they gain respect for each other. Like, you know, honestly, there's a lot of love there. I appreciate you for pushing me to a limit I didn't even know was there. That's what military school did for me. I learned to understand people's different. I understand there was a different perspective in life. I had real conversations with real racist white men. Why you feel like this? Why black people feel like this about white people? We sat there and had tough ass conversations, difficult conversations. So I got to gain an understanding of a lot of these kids ain't racist. They just raised up and taught to hate something just like me. I was raised up, you better not bring no white girl in this house. You know what I'm saying? So it was just the same way. They getting taught certain things the same way. Now, your actions, nobody cares. Once you go out into the world and you do a certain action, you're getting judged based on what you did. Yeah. They don't care about if you wasn't racist or you feeling how you feeling. You was being racist right then, your ass racist now. You know what I'm saying? You breaking the store and robbed the store, you're a robber now. Yeah. You could have been a good kid all your life and made that one bad decision. Now you're a robber all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? So military school changed me forever, dog. Like I appreciate that tough time in my life. I cried a bunch of nights at that school, bro. I wanted to quit. My coach kept pushing me back in the hole every time I climb out. Coach, I can't do this shit. Push me back in the hole. You're gonna be all right. Kick me back down in the hole, made me climb back up again. Once I left, by the time I left JUCO, I was one of the top ranked players in the country. I was so tough, dog. I went through all the military program stuff and basketball practice. Mom and daddy not there. You got to wake up, make your bed every day. Your bed and everybody else's bed in the whole school got to look exactly the same. They gonna come and measure the bed in your fold. It was called hospital fold. They're gonna come measure it, and if it's an inch off, they ripping that shit off everybody's bed, and they letting them know that Mo Bolden didn't make his bed right. This is why we doing it. So the whole school holding you accountable. So you feel that pressure. You feel me? And let alone I was fucking rebellious to all of it when I first got there. So we was doing push-ups and shit all the time because of me. We've been always, who didn't clean the bathroom? I ain't clean that fucking bathroom, man. I just was like, white boys ain't telling me what to do. Man, they in the whole school doing push-ups. Until Bolden gets his act together, we gonna die in this motherfucker. And I'm telling you, I seen people passing out. One dude passed out, bro, hit his mouth on the ground from doing push-ups. Cracked this shit, lost his teeth, mouth was bloody. Man, they used to have this thing called fight night. We used to fight every Friday. You can call out anybody you want and fight. No weight class. If you had a problem with somebody, all they had to do was agree to fight you. But it was a private thing. Like, I don't even know if I'm supposed to be seeing this, but it was a thing that happens in it's like hazing type of thing. You know, it's like a secret thing that happens within your dorm or your barracks. They call it the barracks. So, yeah, bro, it was crazy, but it tough for me right up. It tough for me right up. I thought I was tough being from the hood, from the block. I thought I was tough. I was just crazy. I wasn't tough yet. I didn't know nothing about toughness until I went to that school. 100%. And that's why when I go through these training sessions with these kids, I'm here for them. They don't know how much love I got for them, bro. They don't know how much this is going to pay off for them. Fuck basketball. Fuck that. How many people make it playing basketball? I ain't make it playing basketball. I'm gonna keep it real. I ain't make it. Making it. What we call making it? You know, got that money. Got the millions. Yo, can pay for you got this big ass house. You got things going on. That's what we consider making it. But what basketball did for me, bro, is change my spirit, my character. I can go in any room and maneuver in a room. I'm very intelligent. I'm very much aware, and I know how to go ask for help.
Yeah.
I know how to talk to people. I know how to be kind. I know how to be compassionate. You know what I mean? I know how to love. These kids don't know how to do that. They just come in the gym, they fucking like, listen, I'll never promise a kid that they're going to college. I never promise a kid they're going pro. I say, just come in here, I'm gonna promise you a hard workout that's gonna help you become a better athlete. And how you choose to show up every day and your mentality about your approach, that's all on you. You know what I mean? Whatever you get out of this is gonna be on you. But you also can work your ass off and still not make it through the door.
Definitely.
That can be a thing, you know. But I can guarantee you're gonna have a successful lifestyle.
Yeah.
I can guarantee you that. You're gonna be a way better person.
But honestly, bro, you could be the best in a sport or anything and still not make it.
Right, 100%.
You know, so but that's how it does go. But the good thing about sports is that, like, it's not just for the sport. Like, I feel like if more athletes was to take the eyes off what they think the prize is, you know, it will open up so much doors to what the prize could actually be. Because it's like most people join a sport to become professional, like basketball, to become a professional basketballer, you know. But what if the purpose was so that you could use these qualities to put over here, you know, and into a next type of business idea or into a next passion that you have that could still flourish just as much as if you was to become a basketball footballer, right? So I mean, we would never know, and I understand, but
a lot of parents, I would say a lot of female parents do that for their young boys.
Yeah,
you know, a lot of they a single mom and they'll bring their kid to me, and I already kind of know the situation. There's only so many qualities you can have if you don't have a man around, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can be a good man. You can do all your schoolwork. You can listen to your parents, but you ain't never been challenged in no way. The man finna challenge you. So I know that's why the parent bringing him, like he need a male role model around. And they bring him in there and it get tough in the beginning, you know? And the parents, we have The thing about me, I love to follow up with the parents. I go sit in their homes, sit in their living room and talk. And I talk just like this. I don't have a business character. You know what I mean? I don't sit there, hey, how you doing? My name's Mo, I'm a basketball trainer and work on the lower extremities, upper extremities.
High punts and whistle.
Yeah. That's not me, bro. I'm real. You feel what I'm saying? Like I played the sport for real. I know it's so many different ways to get to where you're trying to go, you know, and I'm just me. So I'm able to have a dope relationship with most of the parents, all of the parents, be honest, man, 100% of the parents. And they pretty much understand what I'm doing here. And they love it to death. You know, they bring their kids because the environment, they know they're finna be in a safe environment. They know they're finna be pushed. I had kids that's really good basketball players who've been training here all their lives come to one of my sessions and say, one, it was the toughest session they ever been a part of. Two, they loved it because they was held accountable. It was very demanding. Three, the energy that I'm bringing to the gym, I'm in that motherfucker sweat. I love this shit. You know, I'm obsessed, dog. I'm telling you, bro. When I go in that gym, ask my girl, I train every day, dog. Every day, sometimes 2 times a day. Sometimes I got 20 kids by myself, sometimes, and I can do it because I can control the energy in the room. And my whistle is powerful. I don't need to keep talking about the same thing. You know, you keep telling this kid the same thing over and over and over. They're not listening. No, I'm gonna blow the whistle, put them on the baseline. But before I even get over there, about 4 kids already handed it to them. Hey man, we came here to work, dog. What are you doing? You fucking up the workout. You got to get on your shit. If you're gonna be in the gym, you gotta come ready and be disciplined, or we're gonna be running the whole time.
Yeah.
You know, so the kids hold it down, and then either that kid leaves or that kid come back with a different mindset. They learn, you know.
Yeah, and I like that saying though. My whistle is powerful.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm gonna come and train with you guys one day.
Come on over there. You gonna train? You gonna come on?
I'm gonna come and train. I'm gonna come and train. One of those hard trainings, bro. I'm gonna come
I
and
had
train.
Juan. You know Juan, like the barber.
Yeah.
You know he plays for the Olympic team, Team Canada.
Basketball?
Yeah, the deaf team though.
Oh,
you know,
for
he's
real?
deaf. Yeah.
Oh.
So he just got back from Japan.
Oh shit!
They went over there. Yeah, they got their ass kicked though.
Oh.
Yeah. I told him, don't tell him. So he came and trained with me one time. Man, I need to get in shape, bro. I got the Olympics coming up. I'm like, hell yeah, come on. I love Juan. That's my guy. So I'm like, yo, Juan, come on to the gym, bro. I got you. He's like, bet. He come to the gym one time. Bro, we did the warm up. His ass was throwing up, telling the kids, go ahead, go in front of me. He ain't been back since.
Yeah.
But he know that is the real deal. But
I mean, I never played basketball before, bro.
Yeah, don't come in there, man. You come in there and record something. You know? We can do a podcast in the gym. Yeah, that'll be dope.
Yeah, no, for sure, bro. But yeah, no, you know what I was thinking too, bro, because we almost out of time. But bro, you should do like, I don't know if I never seen it for basketball. My feed is soccer. My if you go on my Instagram right now, you're gonna see my feed is soccer and like church, like different, you know, like sermons and stuff. But in soccer, they have but they do like these one-on-ones, bro. You know, it's like they get all these youths to come out, and it's like just one-on-ones, and then they have one winner at the end of the day. But it's like a huge turnout, bro. Like people be going crazy.
Basketball be doing the same thing.
Yeah, but you should do one of that for London, bro. That would do.
Some kids been doing it in the summertime. They kind of crack off. I think it's dope. I'm doing like this summer. I'm doing a 3v3 league.
Yeah.
Supposed to launch that in July. I plan on doing my showcase in August, the end of August. I got level 1, level 2 starting up here to mid-April, April 11th, 12th, and 13th. Grind time clinic start back up at April around that same time. I got a community development league. I partner with 4 schools: Lower Elgin, East Carlin, St. Anne's, and North Bray. I created a league for kids, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, co-ed league for them to play. So I go into their schools, speak to them, run a practice. Sometimes I go in there and read books, depending on the time I have on my hands. And these kids get to train and practice with me. And then they have a game on the Saturdays at BGC. And I pay for a bus to pick them up. So they get picked up. We got transportation for them. We provide food and snacks. It's a very dope thing. So like I said, I'm doing 3v3, 1v1. I never really thought about getting into that space. But it had to be some players though.
Like, I mean, but like I think players will show up. It has to be like a one-time thing. Like if you do like an annual one-on-one,
right.
1v1 basketball, that'll be dope, bro. Like all those high school kids gonna show up for sure.
Yeah. Maybe I'll do that at the showcase.
And it's good publicity for you. It's good it's a good way, a good push factor. You know,
for sure.
It's a good.
Now, one-on-one's been kicking off for sure, man. Everybody been trying to see who the top dog is.
Yeah, bro,
So
it's bare content too, bro. Because you could just be there recording all, and then at the end they win a prize. Like they could pay 10 and win a prize. You know,
100%.
Yeah, that'll be dope. You know, so yeah. I mean, there's a lot of. I think what you need a lot of, like you just need documentation, bro.
What's going on in that
like,
gym?
You just need to keep recording, bro, because you onto something. You onto something, bro. But I know it's hard because you have so much other stuff going on.
Yeah, it'll come, bro. I'm a very patient person, but at the same time, I've learned that I've been a little bit too patient sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got to hop on stuff just because, I mean, you see the world now, man. You know, back in the days, you can create some, like the hanger, for example. They go and somebody create the hanger. Now all of a sudden, everybody hanging their clothes on. That is $1 million idea. Now, like 4 other companies make a hanger that looks a little different or whatever. Now you don't really got too much of that, like new things you create out the blue like this. So it's like when you got an idea and you know it's dope, you got to just hop on it right away.
Yeah, you should.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's true that a lot of people with passion have, like, because you actually care about the kids, you put your you kind of put your growth on a background. Sorry, and you put your growth on the back burner, basically, because you're like, let me focus on the kids. But then you could be growing at the same time if you focus on some growth for yourself too, which might sound selfish as somebody who care, but it's not really selfish because then you could help more.
I just like to be me. I'm gonna do what I do, bro. I always have good timing with things. I just like to feel supported. I don't know, that's just how I am.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't like to go out and, like, I learned to ask for help and support from the people that's on my team. But when it comes to, like, I want people to, I don't know, maybe I should be more open when it comes to this, but I love when I'm supported. I do more when I'm supported.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know a lot of people wait for me to give to support, but that's not how I work. You know what I mean? I like when somebody loves my vision, passionate about the things, appreciate what I do, and say they want to be a part of it. And that's when I start pulling in more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I got that, and I got more people behind me. I'm like, yeah, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Like, rally up the troops. I've always been a team player guy. You know what I'm saying? I could have won MVP of a league plenty of times, but I like winning.
Yeah.
I like seeing everybody else have success too. I'm just obsessed with seeing everybody else win too. That makes me feel good. So I most definitely want people around me that want to see me win.
Yeah.
And when people around me that's close to me that don't acknowledge the things I do, and I just kind of keep my eyes on them. You know what I mean? Kind of weird to me, but I don't know. That's neither here or there. Like you said.
I mean, you have to, but bro. So, and I will say this. I don't even know if it's a thing, but the thing is like so in the Bible, bro, they talk about like Jesus, and he said that he didn't perform any miracles where he was from because of the lack of belief. You know, because they will always see him as Mary's son. You know, so a lot of the times you have people around you and you feel like, oh, that person to believe is like a lot of the times they still see more, bro. They still see little more.
Yeah, the past.
You know, and honestly, a lot of the times they can't really blame them. A lot of the times they can't really blame them. But what I will say, because I get frustrated too when it comes to what I do. You know, and it's easy to get frustrated with people and say, yo, how come these people don't see any vision? But a lot of the times, bro, it's like the basketball training, actually. A lot of the times, while you're training, your kids, God training you, right? And he putting you under that pressure to be like, yo, why nobody seen the vision? It's like, no, you could go some more. Every time you complain, I would add more pressure to you. So every time you complain, I will add more pressure to you. Every time you say, oh, you know why, bro, I'm frustrated that I get 100 views on this video I post. It's like, oh, you frustrated for that? Okay, let me get you 50 views next time and see how that feel.
Right,
so, you know, and then you're like, oh, why do all this for? Like, it's like, no, I'll get more pressure. It's like more pressure and more pressure.
Right.
But it's also that at the end, when it do come, we know how to act with it. You know? So all the frustrations you have, I be having, bro. And I feel like it's a lot of us who have it, but it's something that we don't talk about when it comes to like creativity and pushing your dreams, you know, pursuing your dreams. You feel like most people just don't care. But sometimes I feel I just look at it as, bro, I train and so that views wouldn't affect me. Like if I post a video now and I get 50 views and one comment, I'm so happy. But I'm so happy for one comment. The one person that comment and say, I agree with this. I'm like, oh, yes, I'm happy, bro. I went on my Facebook yesterday and I checked my dashboard. Something I checked my dashboard and I see I made 16 cents. I called my girl one time. I'm like, yo, look at what you could do on Facebook. She set up hers. She posted a video. She made 1 cent. She's like, oh, and you made 1 cent. I'm like, yo, that's so sick to me, bro. Like, like imagine I made 16 cents from posting a video on Facebook without me even knowing that I could make that 16 cents. You know? So what could be done? You know, a lot of the times there's so much more that could be done. I don't know if I'm going off too far, but
no, you're good.
It's just like describe that, bro. Sometimes, especially when you're onto something big, right? Sometimes we be looking for validation from everybody else, you know. But sometimes God want you to go through this pain, so
Or-
that when you reach where you want, where He wants you to reach, or where you need to be, you can never look back and say that person was the reason, or this person. You have to be like, yo, how I do this? I wasn't smart enough to do this. You know, I was just a little black boy from Mississippi that moved to a place called London, Ontario, you know, with a basketball. All I had was a basketball, you know, and look at what I'm doing now. And where I could go with this, it's like, yeah, it can't be nobody else other than that, you know. Like before, the type of man that I used to be compared to the type of man I am now, you know.
I love who I am. I love my past and where it pushed me to. You know, it is what it is. This is my life experience. I'm not hard on myself about it. And also, to speak on what you were just talking about, I think I'm more in a space where I got these people I want to come with me. I want them to come with me. I'm not necessarily looking for validation. I feel like I'm the GOAT. You feel what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm about to go. You know, it's time for me to go. And I'm looking back, I'm like, come on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just ride with me, because I know I'm about to shine. It's my time to shine. I've been a universe's child forever. I always felt special. And I knew that my calling was helping kids. You know what I mean? And those families and those people appreciate what I do, so they taking care of my family. You know what I mean? And I want the people that's with me that I want to support, you know, to come along with me. And they necessarily don't see the vision like I see the vision.
Because it's your vision.
Right,
so if it's your vision, and this is it, bro. Because you're a leader, right? Most people don't see the vision, bro. So you are the vision, you are the run of the vision, and people will start to track along after. They might be 10 steps behind you, but they would never be. So, and I don't mean this as no disrespect, but most times they would never be at your side with the vision. They'll be at your side with the support. You know, and I don't know, bro. A lot of people just don't know how to support, bro. It's weird, but.
Or even when you bring something to them, like for example, since I've been doing this, I done reached out to so many people about working together. How can I help you? And they get nervous because I don't know. It's like, sometimes I break things down. Like maybe he's the man in his world. And if I come stepping over here with my knowledge and my experience, that takes away from what's feeding his ego to make him feel like he doing something right in the world. And now these kids may not be looking at him or her for that support anymore. They done found Mo. That's perfect. I look at it like if somebody came into my world to help me, an NBA player, say Shaden came back to London and was like, Mo, I like what you're doing. I want to come be a part of it. I want to come help. He got a bigger name. He got bigger things going on in the basketball world that kids might gravitate to. That don't make me nervous. I feel like I got more sharks on the team. I like playing on a team with sharks. I'm not not worried about getting bit. I'm a shark. I know how to maneuver. You know, some people aren't, what do I want to say?
Yeah,
they just don't stand on they don't stand on that
because
type of
because the goal is that they chase in the bag, bro.
They want the money, yeah.
Exactly.
They think about
so
that money.
So if your heart is the money, then the long run, it wouldn't pay off, because even if they get away more money than you would ever get, they would never be fully satisfied. Whereas you could have one client, which I hope would never happen, but you will still be satisfied because you'll be like, yo, again, to do what I love. Whereas somebody else would be like, yo, I have 100 people and I need more. You know, I'm not satisfied. And that's the ugly truth.
Right.
With that life, bro. So, bro, at the end of the day, bro, how old are you again?
I'm 36.
36. Oh, so you my age. You my age, yeah. So, you're still young, bro, especially as a coach. You know, you starting. Like you just starting, you know? And you have so much other stuff that going for you that you still in line, bro. You only 36, bro. We still babies, bro.
Right.
We still babies. As athletes, we're gone, but as athletes we older. But for life, bro, you still babies, bro.
Trying to figure out a lot, 100%.
Yeah,
I love learning. I love being in a room where there's a lot of more intelligent people in the room, knowledgeable people in the room about things that I want to be a part of. I just truly appreciate those environments. and I just ask a lot of questions. I'm just in there just
Yeah.
listening, quiet. A lot of people probably want to say I'm quiet because I like to talk, but when I'm getting in certain rooms, I know I play my role. You know what I'm saying? I know when to do things, when to be quiet, when to talk. Um, but when I'm in a space where I know there's some people talking and they done so much for the sport or they done so much for themselves in life, I shut my ass up and I listen. I just try
Yeah.
to learn as much as I possibly can. I might not see this person again. Fuck, I'm about to talk about. You know what I'm saying? I can talk about my business and what I need help with, but other than that, I'm just trying to gain as much information as I can. So when I walk out this door, I can have some more ideas, on where to go next. That's all I be on the hunt for is where do I take this next? You know, I learned a lot from my partner, Arda McLean. She's like that. She's a hunter. She's like, what's next? What's next? What's next? What we gonna do next? Like she always like very excited about doing something next.
Yeah.
And it's good to have her on my team because when I show up to work, I got somebody that's like me, energetic like me. They care like me.
Challenge.
hmm
Yeah. So what is next?
What's next is, like I said, I got level 1, level 2 coming up in April for kids. Level 1 is for kids 8 to 13 who just started, beginners. It's a very fun program. I hired a coach named Coach Jonathan. He's very good with the kids. Um, and that program is doing really well. Level 2, he does that as well. Um, that's for kids that's 13 and up, so a little bit more advanced. Then I got Grind Time, which is a program that keeps coming around. I was going to do it only one time, Grind Time. I was going to do it once a year, but the families love it. The
Yeah.
kids are getting better. They're getting challenged. Parents are, I mean, I can show you message on message on message talking about their kids are getting so much better in life because of this program, because they've been challenged. So Grind Time clinics are coming up. I got the Basketball Skills Academy that runs on weekends, Saturdays and Sundays. Anybody want to join that? Like I said, you got to holler at me to get the link. I just got to know a little bit information about who you are. And I got the showcase. We supposed to be doing a showcase here in August, the Mo Bolden Top 20 Showcase. Shout out to all the kids who made it last year. Shout out to all the coaches who helped me. Special shout out to Jamie Clark, the head coach at Sanders Secondary School. He helped me out a lot. Shout out to all the parents. Yeah, man, I'm just out here shining, man. I'm out here doing my thing in the basketball world, and I'm very
Mhm.
excited. I get fatigued, but when I get in that gym, I'm ready to
You're
go.
good.
Yeah, that's how I go. I'm a machine. That's how I was trained. So no matter how I feel, when I get to the gym, time to tie my shoes and go. So the kids know that, the parents know that. But now, man, I got all these great things going on. I appreciate you for letting me come on the pod again and sit and have a conversation with you about everything. Proud of you, everything you got going on, bro. And like I said, man, I'm here to shine, just like I'm here to shine, man. I'm a shiner, and I want the kids to shine. I want the parents to shine. I want the community to shine. I done more for this community than I've done for my own community. You know what I mean? So, um, this means a lot to me. Wherever I'm living at, I just want to be able to give back as much as I can. Um, Yeah, man. This summer we're gonna do some big things again. Last summer we had the summer heat. We went outside, was giving out free haircuts. We was playing basketball with the kids, had the DJ come out. Um, what else we done? I done do public speaking. I gotta go to Lower Elgin here soon and speak to the whole school because they have a bullying issue.
Oh,
And it's real bad. A lot of kids are dealing with some stuff that's very unfortunate. And I can't wait to be able to sit and talk with all the kids. But I really want to talk to those kids who causing problems and see where their head at and who's guiding those kids. And I want to be there to support the kids who have been dealing with these unfortunate situations. But yeah, man, my hands are all over the place in London, Ontario. And I've been doing it without any, I don't know, I don't necessarily ask for cameras to be around when I do this. I want it to feel organic. It is organic. I want it to feel true love. I don't want
yeah.
nobody sitting on the camera and they like I'm putting on. I really don't even like performing it.
Same, bro.
Yeah,
Same.
yeah. So, but I do want people to know that this is going on, though. You know what I mean? I do want people to know this is going on. And I would love for more people to look into next level sports in the Basketball Skills Academy because we are in need of like sponsorship, donations, things of that nature. Because there's only so much I can do as one person. And I got so many more kids that is coming in. And I let them in because I don't want to leave no kid hanging. But at the same time, it's like I only can do so much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So anybody out there looking to support kids in the community, financially, let's keep it real. You know, these kids may not be able to afford these things, or I may not be able to afford gym time and other spaces to create more opportunity for kids. If you're looking to help more kids, truly help the kids get better in life and basketball, I'm the guy you want to come support. And I love to sit down and talk with you, me and my team, and talk with you. And I think you'll really appreciate the setup you'll get when you come to partner with Next Level Sports or the Basketball Skills Academy. So, yeah. Shout out to the City of London, though. We've been working heavy with them, and they've been very good to us. So shout out to them as well.
Yeah, bro. I think that was a good way to end it, though. I think that was a high secret. That's not a high, but yeah, bro. Likewise, bro. Glad to have you on.
Yes, sir.
You know, it's always good for me when you message and say, yo, I need to jump on. You know, I'm like, yeah, good. You know, so
because it does a lot for your platform does a lot for me, man. Like, well, this is the first time I ever really done this. You know, the times we've done it, but I can tell when people watch it. You know, the way you do your thing. Shout out to you, how you, when all this is over, you spend those countless hours doing what you do to make everything look dope. And the things that you capture, those moments that you capture, and how you splice it and do your thing. I don't have, like, most of the time people will send me like a video, they'll create a highlight for me or something, and I'll be like, the music, or I have my, with you, like, you're so good at this, and I just share it. I don't even gotta look at it. It's, such and such is trying to collaborate. I just share it.
Thanks,
yeah, because I know you do good work, bro. So shout out to you for sure.
Thanks, bro. Bro. Yeah, so, but thanks a lot for coming on, bro. And yeah, man,
appreciate you. Your feet's finally hitting the floor, though. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, bro.
Growing up a little bit.
You know, I was saying that next time I had to let you sit on this side and I sit on that side because it's closer to the camera. But yeah, bro, I'm good.
Don't fire too, by the way. I need a pair of those next time I come in here.
Bro, trust me, bro. I can never be home without slippers, bro. When I'm going to my wife's friends' homes, I pack them, bro.
Yeah.
I need to have one sandals, bro.
Yeah.
It's too cool, but yeah, bro. Thanks a lot for coming on, bro. And we'll chop it up. We'll chop it up too.
One more thing before we get out of here. We